Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday evening. It is 9 o'clock. Time for a live stream. But first, as always, a little music. Enjoy. Good evening, Budgie.
We are all the heirs to Scotland, as a nation proudly stand. We will march beneath her banners to protect our ancient land. In the glens and cities, there on every street are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let our flag mean freedom and not a battle drum. To the world we bid a welcome in 1,000 different ways. We will toast to long lost friendships as we build our better days. In the glens and cities, there on every street are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let our flag mean freedom and not a battle drum. We are all the heroes of Scotland. We're a nation hand in hand. We will march beneath her banners to protect our ancient land. In the glens and cities, there on every street are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let our flag mean freedom and not a battle drum.
How you doing, folks? It's a right missable night up here. Smirry rain. Fog. Yeah, fog. I haven't seen that for long enough to fog. Okay, doke. Okay, doke, Steve. Yeah. As I say, I haven't seen fog up here for a while. It's not really fog, it's more like a rain mist. It comes off the hills. The effect's like fog, behaves like fog. Okay, doke, Steve. We have good weather down there, travelling. It's been lovely and sunny down here today. Still leaves on the trees, such gorgeous colours. Oh yeah, I love autumn because of the colours. Oh, it's just a beautiful time of the year, autumn. We call our sea mist thrift. I had the local reporters in the house yesterday. I like that, Steve. Autumn is lovely. It's winter's symphony I've got a problem with. Woodlander. I love autumn. It's that little bit of time before it gets harsh. Yeah. The light is also beautiful at this time of the year, or can be. Can be very beautiful, along with a beautiful colour. I really like it. Yeah, some great photographs at this time of the year. So yeah, I had the local reporters in the house yesterday. Writing up a couple of stories. You can never tell when they will appear. I hope Sunday went well. I wasn't out on Sunday, Steve. I never go out on Sunday. Would you? Those autumn leaves drift by my window. Those autumn leaves of red and gold. Love that song, he says. The Sinatra version is my favourite. No, the reason I don't go out on a Sunday, Steve, to represent the party is because I have chosen years ago that the party would commemorate the civilians who died in the war. That means there is another monument in the town, and that's where I place flowers on behalf of the party and our people. And because of that, we get separate coverage from everyone else. Good evening, Rill. Hope you're feeling okay. Not too bad, thank you. I'm a bit, you might hear it, folks. I'm a bit breathless right at this moment. That comes and goes. Okay, Toffee. You take care. Oh, you're working your log burner. You'll be cozy. Yeah, you'll be cozy. So yeah, because of the way I've been feeling of late, up and down, I didn't know whether I was going to be able to organise the laying of flowers this year. But on Friday, I finally made a decision that I was going to attempt it, late as it was. So it was a question of hurried phone calls. And there's Gaz. Good evening, sir. So it was a question of making hurried phone calls to the florist, to the local paper, to find out if they could do what I wanted. So the first thing I had to find out was, could the florist make me a wreath for Saturday? And I'm phoning them on Friday, of course. And they said they could. I then had to phone. Well, there's Happy House. Then I had to phone the local paper to find out if they would cover it, because I didn't want to spend the money on the flowers if we weren't going to get the coverage. And much to my surprise, they now have a Saturday photographer. That's a new addition. And they said that they could and they would. So I ordered the flowers and told the telegraph that I'd be in the cemetery at 1 in the afternoon. And so my son and I went and collected the flowers. On the Saturday, and photographs were taken. So yesterday, being Monday, the reporter and another reporter, another photographer, the one that I'm used to dealing with, turned up at the house Monday morning to write the story. But of course, there's two stories this time. Good evening, Happy House. Don't think we've seen you for a wee while. Hope you're okay. So I'll let you see them. Now, these aren't the photographs that will appear in the local press, but it will let you see the flowers. There's one of them. Ah, that's good. That's good to hear that. I'm talking about the flowers that I laid at the weekend on behalf of our people in the party. Oh, they're Scots, aren't they? And they're real flowers, by the way. As I said, these are not the photographs that will appear in the paper. These are photographs I got my son to take so I can let you folks see them. So that obviously TPP is us, and I hope you like them all. You certainly give me the right response here, folks. They always make a good job of the flowers, this florist. It's quite beautiful. I mean, it's a good photograph, but obviously when you see them for real, it's quite beautiful. But I decided that we would separate ourselves yet one more step, because I think it was needed. So I put another one up. Oops. I put this up. Willie McBride, that's for sure, Woodlander. I didn't have time or energy to organise the paper. But I thought we'll make our voice that bit more independent. I'm sure you all approve. Right, Steve, I take it that's you off for a while. Obviously, when the articles appear in the local press, you will see them. No, not as far as I know, Happy House. I knew somebody would make a joke. Thank you very much, Scots Armour. It's a great compliment. I appreciate that. So, as I say, once I get hold of the article, you'll get to see it. Love the George Orwell quote, says Gaz. Yeah, it's a well quoted book, that one. So which version have you got, guys? John Hurt. Good evening, William. You like voice? What did you watch last night? I take it you all have seen what I picked for the film review. We're going to be watching Young Frankenstein. So there you go, folks. That's the two wreaths the party paid for. Yeah, it's a goodie, isn't it? Young Frankenstein. And a lot of you will have already seen it. I like that film myself. I like that kind of story. Very good. I like James Spader. Oh, we don't see enough of him these days. Oh, it's a really goodie. It's a really goodie film. Spawned a whole TV series as well. Put on the Ritz. That's for sure. Werewolf. Well, you'll definitely like it, William. Can't see you not liking it. And the thing is, Streaky, if he gets done what he says he's going to get done, the world will be a much less darker place than it is now. Marty Feldman, that's right. Yep, it is indeed Scott's armour. It's really foggy. Of course, it always seems worse when it's dark, but it is really thick fog. So I was saying there just before you popped in, it's a while since I've seen any fog down here. But yeah, we've got it. Yeah, same here, Scots. Same here. They're going to do something about NATO, and it's about time. I plan to, Treble M. I really do plan to. It's not good for the old lung here. That's for sure. Ah, there's Richard. Good evening. Well, the Kennedy man has been charged with going after Big Pharma. So that'll be interesting. I don't know quite what Tucker Carlson's going to be doing. But they're two good guys right away. It's very interesting. Very interesting. As I say, we'll see how much he manages to do. puts paid, I think, to a lot of the globalist plans what he's going to do. And that's all right by me. Yeah, RFK has despised Big Pharma for years. He will love his job, that's for sure. That's for sure. Happy House is talking about Germany not being skint. I think you're right, Steve. I think this man's going to have to walk very carefully indeed. Otherwise, he'll not see much of his 4 years. Well, there's a couple of things that, these television pundits are saying, which we can say because we can all see it. And that is, Trump has got nothing to lose apart from the obvious by going after these folk. If he goes after them and makes any kind of success of it, he'll likely go down in American history as being one of the greatest presidents ever. And I'm sure he's got one eye on that idea. John's just ignoring me. Are my posts available? Oh, visible? Yes, they are. Sorry. Yeah, I can see them. Yeah. I think Starmer's trying to destroy farms in the UK, says Woodlander. Will be the start of people realising things have gone wrong. Well, that's for sure, Woodlander. That's for sure. Bulletproof headphones. Well, that's true, Streaky. He certainly got a reputation for being a bit of a tough guy for doing a job. That should be interesting. It'll be very interesting to watch. Being busy talking to farmers. Oh, there's Gavin. Hiya, Gavin. I like the reference there, Streaky. The politics are like Camberwick Green compared to the US. Well, that's true, Steve. Sadly, too true. Communism and starvation go to hand in hand. They certainly do. By design. By bloody design. Triple M saying they want to destroy small farms. Happy House is saying Brexit destroyed farming in the UK. Most people don't like to hear that, though. Yeah, that's the point. What will the farmers do? Will they respond or will they lie down to it? Just because Starmer and the establishment want to destroy farmers and their farms doesn't mean to say they have to let them. There are many more of us than them. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not just one-sided. Depends on what the farmers do. And if they've got anything in them, which I'm sure they do, they will have seen what has been going on in Europe and be, I hope, ready for it, ready to stand up. I call it the Keir Starmer diet, says Gav. Yeah, I agree with Woodlander. We have to concentrate on the home market. I'm old enough to remember when the two parties in this country both promoted self-sufficiency, not just in farming, but in food in general. And that's where we have to get back to. I don't have any confidence in them, Streaky, to be honest. They're hoping to pick up support because people are fed up with the Tom and Jerry politics. But that's where we should be ready. But we can't even agree on anything, never mind be ready. Absolutely. There are more of us than there are of them. And he's right. We just need to unite, organise, and fight off these would-be tyrants. I agree. I don't speak about it very often, usually not at all, but it's there in my mind and has been for a long, long time. That's where we used to be headed before globalism. It's tricky. Indeed, that is where we should be. But the system, and yes, and fighting has caused misery. Yeah, there's Toffee back. Hiya, Toffee. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? God's sake. Now, no matter how far back you go, Toffee, it's the same. I'm sure they are, Richard. I hope your communities, bought land and are capable and prepared to fight to protect it and their communities. I'm sure they will protect it. And I'm sure the rest of us will help where we can. And as Gaz says here, solidarity is what they're frightened of. It's always been what they've been frightened of. Well, I'd rather miss out the fighting part, but it might come to it. Who knows? Who knows? This is Streaky giving us his buying arrangements. But he's not wrong. Put it that way, he's not wrong. Yeah, those days are over, Happy House. Of course they are. I don't think these globalists are as tough as they would like us to believe. We'll see how it develops in the States. Good evening, Bass. Ah, dear. I wish we could get past some of these petty arguments. EU have made farmers jump through hoops with red tractor, branding, and not using fertilizer, etc. Happy House, keep farming in-house and country. Absolutely. Absolutely. What right have any of these people got to do anything? What is it? What is authority? What we call authority is only supported by the threat of violence. That's what keeps people in line, is threat of violence. Regardless of who's trying to wield the authority, whether it's a so-called government or any kind of agency or individual. That's all it is. It's all it's ever been. You don't recognise the authority, it means you don't recognise the bullies behind it. Oh, there's Linda. Good evening, Linda. Aye, aye, aye. Well, that's for sure. As I always say, says Toffee, I enjoy speaking to like-minded people. I find it cathartic. My streams aren't going to change much, but it's good to network with fellow nationalists. Of course. It's interesting to hear different dynamics, I find, regardless of where they're coming from. There you go. You influence more than you know, says Woodlander Toffee. So there you go. Yeah, but there's two ways to look at that particular problem. One is that the food production in the country has never had a long enough opportunity to tackle self-sufficiency. And the population has been artificially increased tremendously, which adds further to the food problem. But reducing the population, the artificial population, would be a big step forward, as well as laying it out clear for farmers and others that we require, the government of the day require self-sufficiency in terms of food production. Then, if you have any imagination at all, you can see that the Woodlanders initiative will certainly add, or if you like, subtract the pressure on food for our people as they take up more and more land and learn how to cultivate it efficiently, of course. Well, that's what I'm telling you if you would listen to me years ago. That's the road we were on, self-supporting food supplies. Politicians years ago used to be concerned about other things like balance of payments. The idea was to import less and less, become more and more independent and self-sufficient. That's what we need to get back to. Guys, I said he stocks up in porridge. Yeah, well, why not? Yeah, that's the other factor that I haven't even talked about or thought about is the fact that technology has improved. And that's got to be another positive factor if it's used properly. But these things don't happen quickly, especially when you're talking about changing land use. That takes a long time for that to move along. Woodlanders saying strange thing is Everyone does. Yeah, great, brilliant, but I can't be asked. I'll just carry on as I am. But there's a lot of truth in that. That will change and will have to change. For the people who are going to go and live, the first peoples who are going to go and live on the land that's being bought, they will have to change because they'll be on the road, so to speak, if they don't. And we also need people who know what they're doing to instruct the others who don't know what they're doing. Yeah, when the two of you give it over, you're ready to spill into an argument there. So leave it alone, folks, would you? And you, Dave, here, Mickey Yo-Yo. I think if we're really lucky, the people who are involved in the Woodland Initiative, the present people, not the people to come in the future, but the present people, if we're really lucky, 50% of them will know what they're doing. God is saying, the fact is, the majority will not support those of us who are doing the dirty work fighting this system. Thank you, Toffee. Yeah, provided, Streaky, provided that there are people who know what they're doing and the people who don't know what they're doing are willing to learn and work beside those who do, are prepared to do hard work. And this is all hard work. It's easy enough when you're sitting in front of a computer and talking about it. It's another thing getting up at 5 in the morning and the rain's slashing down from the heavens and it's dark and it's cold, it's windy. and you try to dig a field out. That's not easy. That's going to take guts and determination. I'm sure in all this time, Woodlander and those around him have talked this aspect of it all to death. Sure of it. 5 in the morning. The day's almost over, Jordan, says Happy House. You take my point. Working in the land is not easy. And I say that as someone who's never done it. You don't have to be a genius to realise it's not easy. I mean, I've done enough shovel and pick work on the roads. Certainly won't be any easier in a field. But it's going to have to be done, just like the farmers do every year. Streaky said, I am up at 6 and work outside. There are a lot of good people prepared to graft, I think. I agree with you, Streaky. Some of them are still going to have to be guided and shown and taught what to do. Come on, folks. Let's calm it down a bit, eh? I like it. Happy House, don't be a dick. I have a chainsaw on land. You'll never be found like the others. Oh, you guys are talking about something else now. He has been releasing vids on YouTube, drunk and modelling. He is effing embarrassing. Oh, I don't like vague passive aggressive comments. It's very feminine behaviour. Toffee, I'd rather you didn't say these things here. Right, Woodlander, I'm going to assume that I am correct, that some of your people already know how to work the land, and some don't. And it's a question of one group teaching the other. It'll take time, but I'm sure we'll get there. You take care, my friend. Speak to you soon. I'll be going off soon myself. Yeah, quarter past 4 in the morning is early travelling. Middle of the night, as far as I'm concerned. But that's the kind of hours you're talking about. You take care. I wish you wouldn't do that and take that attitude, Budgie. I like your contribution to the channel, and so does everyone else. Just can't have that. Just don't go away like that. Go away and cool off. Well, I'll tell you this much, folks. If Budgie doesn't come back, I'll be very angry. Give it a rest, Toffee, would you? I've had enough. If this talk that you're on is about DJ, I would suggest that you take that conversation elsewhere, because he's not here and he's not likely to be ever here again. So if you want to get at DJ about what he has done, then find another way. Don't start arguments with people on my channel. I personally don't have the temperament for all this argument, and I don't want it. It's never been here on this channel. I don't care who starts it. You're talking about this DJ character, right? You want to get at DJ, then you find a way to get at him. Don't do it on my channel. Go to his channel if he's still got it. Take it up with him. It's that simple. If you're going to keep coming to my channel, then drop this argument. Because it's never about who starts the argument. The only thing about an argument is it leaves a bad taste with everybody. And I don't have the patience anymore to listen to any of it. It's treble them, and there's no need for it. I'm not having it. I don't have the patience anymore. I don't. I've got to make an effort to get on here now. Now, who's the wife beater then? What the hell are you talking about, wife beaters? What's that all about? Are you suggesting that Budgie's a wife beater? Or Streaky is? I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is an argument here. It's never been here before. And I'm just not up for it. I don't have the patience anymore. If you can't be civil with one another, don't talk to one another, is what I say. It's always been the rule here. As I say, if you can't be civil with one another, then just ignore one another. Hi, Ed Robert. I'll be most upset if he doesn't come back. Exactly, Linda. Exactly. Right, so just like everything, simmer down. Nobody should be coming here. I'm not saying anybody is, but no one should be coming to a channel, whether it's mine or anyone else's, with the idea of argument. We don't have the luxury of numbers to have pointless and senseless arguments. I hope you're right, Happy House. I do. It's not quite true because people have left here. I never banned them. I gave them the option. And they never came back because they couldn't live up to the conditions that I laid down. And the conditions that I laid down were very simple. Stop arguing. I don't want to hear it. And none of the other guests that are here want to hear it. People don't come here for arguments. They come here to relax and be with people that are like themselves. Enjoy a bit of banter, a bit of comradeship, and a bit of humour. We all say things, and we know we don't mean them. I don't think, Streaky, that he has any friends left. I don't think he realises that the crime he has committed is universally despised by all men, everywhere. I don't think he understands that. Well, that's right. If that's what he's doing, Streaky, and Toffee, I suppose. If he's putting out videos, people should ignore them. That's the best thing to do, is to ignore them. For what he has done in my generation, what would have happened is 4 or 5 guys went round to his house and gave him a real doing for what he has done. Ah! Well, I had no idea that they have formed some kind of friendship. Well, if Budgie doesn't know the truth of what I'm saying, I'll be surprised. I certainly don't want anyone to leave the channel. I enjoy all your company. And you all add something to it. But DJ is on his own, as far as I am personally concerned. I know everything about windmills. Maybe this knowledge might lighten the situation. Well, I appreciate that. That's what I was telling you, Streaky. We'll get back to the windmills in a minute. Releasing videos. Why? What is he trying to do? Gather support and sympathy is what he's trying to do. Sometimes piss them and pity me, etc. And at the same time, and the same vids are getting likes from whom? But I can't like a vid knowing what he has done to BBC. I don't know who the hell's putting likes on his videos. That's obviously, I would say, I would want to think it's obviously people who don't know what's happened. But all you have to do is what should be done, and that's ignore the videos, leave them alone, don't go near them. That's all I'd say about that. I think I would finish up this conversation, Streaky, by saying he'll be damn lucky if he doesn't end up in prison for what he's done. Okie doke, Toffee. We'll see if he comes back. I hope he does. I don't like people going off. He might cool down and come back. Well, Streaky, she is a sound person. And I have already told you all I did. After Toffee told me what he told me, I wrote her an email expressing my dismay at what had happened and to let her know that she had plenty of support and that she would always be welcome. And that's the way it's been left. She knows she has support. Oh, did you see it, Linda? Did you see the wreaths? That's one of them. Real flowers, of course. It's a very good florist. I would say it's probably the best one in the town, but I'm a bit biased. So as I say, that's party funds that I've paid for these. That's the second one. For all the children and adults, mums and dads and grannies who have been murdered in Gaza. But they are quite beautiful. As I say, where I get the official ones that will appear in the local press, I shall let you see them, of course. And because I decided in my infinite wisdom that we would remember the civilians who died in the town. we always get this coverage. Well, the reporter said she was doing two pieces here. One for the local civilians and one for these poor folk in Gaza. So we should have either a bigger piece or two pieces when they finally get round to publishing. That side of it I don't have any control over, of course. But and of course I gave them copies of the party booklet to take away. That makes a change, Linda, doesn't it? Me being ahead of you. So there you are, folks. I'm glad you're pleased with how I've spent some of your money. I think it's been worth it. And it will be seen, of course, because of where it is, the monument. People pass there all the time. And I can assure you, our wreaths just make the council's very shabby looking. What am I saying? I'm saying that this is our party, our people, remembering the needless and senseless murder of tens of thousands of children, women, men, boys, grandfathers, and fathers. As I said to the reporter, we as a movement cannot stop this. But what we can do is acknowledge the tragedy deliberately chosen as an act of cold murder. They tend not to use some of my harsher phraseology, but they do not a bad job. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. I was really pleased when I saw it. I don't spend your money lightly, folks. But this is worth the expense because the public gets to see apart from anything else. It's a reflection of our sincerity. Well, I'm glad we're all calm again. Toffee. Well, there's two of them. The one that says TPP, when you look at the monument, it's on the left, and the one that says Gaza is on the right. But as I say, they're not the ones that will be used in the local paper. They sent their own photographer there on Saturday. I haven't seen any of those photographs, so I don't know what they're like. I'm sure they'll be fine. And I got more photographs taken today in the house, advertising our booklet. You know, one of these. I've got the booklet here thing. You know. So we'll see how it all comes out. I can never really complain about the space they give me. They always give me good enough space, so I can't really ever complain about it. But there again, I give them good stories. So we always get good, positive publicity. And that's what it's all about, folks. So, time to close up shop. I don't know if it'll be in this week or not. It's possible. It's possible. Depends on what else they've got in the way of stories and what have you. But it'll go in, which is the main thing. So, with that, I will say good night, and I will hopefully see you all, including our budgie, on Friday. Well, that's an idea, Robert. Do you think you should label next year's raves all combatants and the other is all innocents? Yeah, well, the thing is, Robert, remind me. You would have to remind me of these things. There might be other ways to present what we're doing. But yeah, I have no objections to that. Oh, it comes and goes, Treble M. I wish I had a way of controlling it. I really do, but I don't. Well, there is that. Combatants don't get a raise. Victims get a raise, though. We've got a long way to go to next year, folks. I mean, we can come up with something that suits and fits the bill. I never had time to get the paper, but there was only me there, so nothing lost that way. Anyway, I want to thank you all for being here, and I'll hopefully see you all on Friday, and take care. I'll speak to you all soon.
Silently the snow falls, paints a winter scene, swiftly spreads the dark rim, hides a fading autumn green. Moonbeams brush the dark wood,
So I have that, Linda.
conjure friendships dear to me. Lightly now the breeze flows, disturbing more than just the leaves. But life's much more than we can know. We are one small glow in the eternal flow. Patiently the love grows, lifts the weary heart. Gently now she holds me, melts two worlds once apart. Moonbeams brush the dark wood, usher dreams of you and me. Softly then the breeze blows, disturbing all than just the trees.
All together
But
now.
love's much more
So much more
than we can know.
than we can ever possibly know.
We are one small glow
But an important
in the eternal flow. Melodies of long ago, songs of innocence, harmonies to soothe the soul, have some consequence. Moonbeams brush the dark wood, awakening joys of you and me. Silently the snow falls, bringing winter symphony.
all together now.
But we're much more
So much more
than we can
than
know.
we can ever possibly know.
We are one small glow
We're an important
in the eternal flow. But life's much more than we can know. We are one small glow in the eternal flow.
Come back, Budgie. Your mist already. Take care, folks. I'll speak to you all soon.